Hi, my name is Janai Lane, and I'm the founder of Spirit Coach Training. I wanted to connect with you today and talk a little bit about what a lot of people are sharing with me recently. So many people that I coach, so many of my students are saying, it feels really odd. I'm 1 minute I'm fine, and the next minute I just want to burst into tears, and I don't know what's going on. And if this is happening for you, this is a completely normal reaction to what is going on in the world. We have a heart and we're human and we have feelings. And if we weren't feeling some level of sadness or grief, even if we're not personally affected, we would, it would mean our heart was closed. Our heart was completely closed down. And so how do we allow the grief, the sadness, the fear, the anger, whatever's going on to move through, to allow it, because we need to feel it to heal it. And it's okay to feel. In fact, if we don't feel, we'll also numb our joy, and we'll numb that which we really need right now, which is joy, which is inspiration. And so, one of the ways that we can welcome in these feelings of grief or sadness as they're coming up in our field is to find our edge and just soften into it. So instead of like trying to push it down or resist it or get in our head about it, something's wrong, I mustn't go there, that is just keeping our hearts contracted and not allowing us to meet what is in a great love. So how we do that, and let's practice together, is you just take a moment and you you allow, so just center yourself, take a deep breath, and notice what's there. Just notice whatever is there. And then I want you to soften into it. And how you soften into it is you activate compassion. Compassion is love and action. And you can touch your high spiritual heart, you can touch your heart, and you can call up this beautiful frequency of compassion. It's this rose quartz. Beautiful energy is how I see it. However you see it is perfect. And you allow this beautiful pink, vibrant light to begin to move towards that feeling, that emotion. And you can see it, if you like, as a blanket of pink light, and you're just wrapping whatever's there, grief or sadness or anger or frustration, whatever's there, and we're softening around it. So we're not contracting around it, we're not pushing it away, we're just welcoming it in love, because this is how we transmute energy. We return it to love. We bring it into this loving embrace, and we hold it. And we hold it, and we feel it. We allow it to come through. So if tears come, or if there's a movement, it's just flowing through like a passing cloud, and it moves in and out. And again, we give it the time it needs. We just sit with it and we just soften with this compassion. We soften. We might soften. We might wrap the wounded heart in this beautiful pink blanket. We might find that our thoughts are running rampant, and we wrap our thoughts, even the mind, even the egoic mind, in a beautiful pink blanket of compassion. And we let that softening, that gentleness, that love to begin to transmute the energy in divine timing, not necessarily our timing, but in this divine timing. We allow this return to love to happen, because it's so important when we meet our difficult and more challenging feelings and emotions, we actually expand the capacity for joy. We actually expand our capacity to experience more heightened states of joy and love. When we contract and we narrow, we lessen that capacity. Now, I want you to really start paying attention as you practice this to pausing in your life when you're experiencing moments of joy. I call it microdosing joy. We're going to microdose joy, meaning just those very simple things that bring you joy. It can be a moment. And sometimes the mind will interrupt and say, oh, how can you feel joy at a time like this? No, joy is exactly what we need right now. Joy is what elevates our vibration, lifts us up into higher states of consciousness, and then we transmit that into the world, and it becomes an act of service. It's a service to our own self. It's a service to the people we're living with. It's a service to the planet. So when you want to microdose joy, and hopefully you'll practice this throughout your day, you stop every time there's a sense of elation or a sense of inspiration or just a sense of slight happiness. It could be the slightest amount of joy. The simplest things like a rose just opening, you know, or the sound of a bird, or perhaps it's the meal you just cooked and the gratitude you feel to have food on your table. And in that moment, pausing and just notice, let it rise up, feel it, feel the joy in you, feel the joy and stay with it, stay with the joy. Don't turn away from it. Don't go into your head. Stay in the heart, in that, because the heart will, in that joy, will expand. It'll grow. It's like you breathe into it and you expand the capacity that you have to experience higher states on the emotional scale, higher states of joy, of compassion, of peace, of love, of kindness. This is all in us. It's all located in the high spiritual heart in each one of us. And we can activate that. We can call it out. And this changes us. It changes who we are being and how we meet reality and the world around us. And this is what's happening right now on the planet. We are evolving. We are changing. We are transmuting our difficult pain. And we are moving into these higher states. So practice microdosing joy. See how it goes. Practice meeting those more challenging emotions. And let me know how you're doing with that. I'm so happy you are here with me, and I'm sending you so much love and prayers and blessings for grace in your life. Namaste.